The bar is moving. And Barack and I know this. We are just 3 years outside of paying off our educational debt. Because, see, we went to those good schools. And we took our loans. And we did what we thought our community wanted us to do. We got those skills, we worked hard, and we brought them back to our community. So with every job we took, we made less money. So we were like millions of young couples with wonderful degrees, MPHs and MAs and BAs and all of that going on. But we were at the point where we couldn't start saving for our own children's college education. You've got to do that when they're 2. We hadn't paid off our own. And the only difference between me and Barack and the millions of couples is that Barack wrote 2 best-selling books. And I thank you all for buying them. But as my mother said, that was not a solid financial plan. We were lucky. And it shouldn't be based on luck because we worked hard and so many young couples are out there working hard, not being able to keep up with that bar shifting and moving. Healthcare is the same thing. You can't get sick in America. See, because what we were told was that if you get a job and you have good insurance, you should be okay. Well, millions have no insurance, and those who have it have found that the bar has moved. The deductibles and premiums are so high that if you get sick, you are still putting medicine and treatments on credit cards, and you are in debt, and you can't get out of it. We're in debt in this nation because people got sick, and they couldn't get out from under. Retirement is the same way. Shifting, moving bar. We say work a lifetime. Devote yourself to a job. Work hard, sacrifice. And at the end of the road, there'll be security. Yeah. Not today. Most of our seniors are not living with the respect and dignity that they need to. And let me tell you, I am speaking selfishly because let me tell you something. I need my mom, who is 70-years-old and retired. I am here today breathing in and out with any level of calm because my mother is home with my kids, and there is nothing like grandma. And at a time when child care is expensive and inaccessible, and it doesn't work for most regular folks, we need our seniors whole and solid and ready to contribute to the next generation, to help these young mothers figure out how to do right and raise their kids. We need our seniors whole and healthy just to be selfish. But you cannot contribute to your next generation if you're still trying to pay your own rent and worrying about your own medication and your own future because that pension doesn't exist. See, this is how we're living in 2008. So when I talk about the decline for regular folks, I am not talking about anybody except our own reality. It is the life that I see. And it has been declining through Democratic and Republican administrations. That is not a dig. That is just the truth. And as Barack says, our greatest challenge is not that we're suffering from a deficit of resources. You know, there's money here in this country. Any economic downturns, ups and downs, we are still one of the richest nations in the world. That is true. And Barack says it's not because we are suffering from a deficit of policies and plans. You know, everybody wants to know, what's your plan? What's your plan for health care? I need to know all 10 points, and I need to understand them, and you need to guarantee me now that it's going to work. It's like, and the truth is that politics doesn't work that way. Government doesn't work that way. And it's not the plan. This stuff isn't rocket science. We know what we need to do. If we look at education, we know what good public schools look like. You know why we know that? Because thousands of them exist all over this country. Thousands of outstanding public schools. And we know them in our neighborhood because we are finagling and using our connections and signing our kids up when they're 2 to get in those few good schools. So we know what they look like. We know how much they cost. See, the problem is that we don't have the will to ensure that those schools are available for all kids, not just for the lucky few. What Barack says is our greatest challenge is we've lost the understanding that we have a mutual obligation to one another. It is as simple as that. It begins there. That we live in a society, and in order for it to work, we have to compromise and sacrifice for one another. We have to. But see, we're living in a time where our leaders have told us, don't worry about everybody else, just take care of your own. If your kids can get into a good school, let everybody else take care of their own business. Yeah, we're a nation at war right now, today, as we speak. The only people who are sacrificing are the soldiers and their families who are over there fighting and dying. See, because the rest of us have been told, just keep shopping. We haven't been asked to pay a tax, to collect a can, to darn a sock. We haven't been asked to do anything by our leaders. See, and that transcends through everything that we're seeing going on in society. And we are one another's brothers and sisters keepers. But what Barack understands is that we won't sacrifice for one another in the way that we need to if we are not able to see ourselves in one another. See, because it's hard to give up stuff for people that you don't think you have anything in common with. That is why we need a different kind of leadership. A leadership that we have not seen in my lifetime. We need the kind of leader, we need a leader who's going to touch our souls. See, because the truth is our souls are broken. And we need to be inspired first before we get to the plan and the execution. We have to be inspired to understand what we have to do. And the only person in this race who is going to come close to recapturing any level of unity and understanding and compassion is Barack Obama.